Welcome back to Critical Hit Reviews. Today, we're not looking at the latest sports game. We're going back in time, back to 2013, when EA released FIFA 14. And for a lot of fans, this was the golden era of FIFA. Now, we're talking about a game that dropped on both the old consoles, PS3 and Xbox 360, and the brand new PS4 and Xbox One. That transition gave it a kind of legendary status because it straddled two generations. But beyond the timing, FIFA 14 nailed so many little things that later entries have lost. Let's break down what made FIFA 14 such a standout, from the gameplay to the atmosphere to Ultimate Team, and why it still holds a special place in football gaming history. The heart of FIFA has always been its gameplay, and FIFA 14 hit a sweet spot. EA introduced what they called pure shot and real ball physics. For once, shots actually felt different depending on where you struck the ball. You could blast a thunderbolt from outside the box, curl one into the top corner, or completely shank a shot if your timing was off. Dribbling had weight, and players felt grounded, unlike some later FIFAs where everyone seems to glide like they're on ice. In FIFA 14, you could feel the difference between a powerhouse striker like Zlatan and a nimble winger like Hazard. The balance between pace and strength meant that matches felt more tactical, less about pure speed abuse. Defending too rewarded positioning. Tackling felt risky but rewarding, and interceptions had just enough randomness to feel realistic. It was a game where every goal felt earned, and every mistake felt like it was your own fault, not the AIZ. Where FIFA 14 really shines is in the atmosphere. The sound design was electric. Crowds roared differently in different stadiums. Commentary by Martin Tyler and Alan Smith felt fresh back then, and the new console versions brought an energy we hadn't seen before. The menus were clean, colorful, and fast, a far cry from the bloated and filled menus of later games. The soundtrack, iconic. Tracks from Bastille, Empire of the Sun, and Group Love created a vibe that instantly teleported you back to that era. To this day, people still make playlists of FIFA 14 songs because they were that memorable. Even the little things mattered. Realistic player faces, broadcast-style replays, and stadium details that made each match feel like an event. FIFA 14 didn't just simulate football, it celebrated it. Before Ultimate Team completely swallowed the franchise, career mode was still king for many players. And in FIFA 14, it was simple but satisfying. You could take a small club from League 2 and dream of making it to the Premier League. Scouting youth players was fun without being overcomplicated. And transfers felt exciting, not buried under menus or monetization. Player growth felt more organic, and there was a real sense of progression as you built your squad year after year. The Pro mode also had charm. Creating your own player and working up through the ranks felt meaningful, and the slower pace of the game play supported that immersive journey. It wasn't perfect, but compared to today's overstuffed modes, FIFA 14's career mode felt straightforward, player-focused, and endlessly replayable. FIFA 14 also marked a turning point for Ultimate Team, back when it was still fun and not completely consumed by microtransactions. FUT Legends made their debut on Xbox, giving players access to icons of the game. The chemistry system was simple but strategic, encouraging creative squad building. Packs still existed, of course, but the grind wasn't nearly as brutal as it is now. You could actually build a decent squad without spending hundreds of dollars. And most importantly, gameplay didn't feel completely hijacked by pace demons. The online community was buzzing too. FUT tournaments, friendly matches, and trading on the transfer market gave players endless ways to engage. It was addictive, yes, but in a way that felt rewarding instead of exploitative. Looking back, FIFA 14 Ultimate Team feels like the last era before FUT became a casino. So why do so many fans still talk about FIFA 14 with nostalgia? It's not just because of the soundtrack or the graphics jump to next gen. It's because the game felt balanced, fair, and football-focused. Later FIFAs leaned harder into speed exploitation, monetization, and clunky mechanics. But in FIFA 14, you could pick up a controller with friends, play a match, and have fun, without worrying about broken mechanics or ridiculous grind. It captured a moment in gaming history, the excitement of next-gen graphics, the freshness of FUT, and the simplicity of modes that weren't overloaded with fluff. For many, it was the last FIFA where the beautiful game came first, before the business model took over. Even today, people still boot up FIFA 14 on old consoles or emulate it because it's just fun. And fun, ultimately, is what modern sports games often forget. One of the things that made FIFA 14 so memorable was its place in history. It wasn't just another entry in the series. It was the FIFA that bridged the gap between two console generations. On PS3 and Xbox 360, it played like a refined version of the classic FIFA formula. But on PS4 and Xbox One, EA introduced the Ignite engine, which at the time felt revolutionary. Player movement looked more lifelike, crowds were fully 3D and dynamic, and animations felt smoother. Even the way players celebrated goals looked next level compared to the robotic movements of older games. It wasn't perfect. The new engine sometimes led to awkward physics or odd player collisions, but it was ambitious. Players remember that sense of wonder, popping in FIFA 14 on their shiny new console and seeing football look better than it ever had before. It felt like a promise of what sports gaming could become. In hindsight, that moment was lightning in a bottle. Later FIFAs would struggle to recapture that balance of freshness and simplicity, but FIFA 14's jump to next gen left a lasting impression. One thing that really set FIFA 14 apart was how realistic the player ratings felt. Sure, no FIFA has ever been perfect when it comes to stats, but back in 2013 to 2014, there was a sense that ratings were earned, grounded, and reflected real-life performance, not hype, not marketing, not FUT pack selling strategies. Take the elite players of the era, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic period. They were dominant, but not unstoppable. They felt powerful in the right hands, but you still needed skill to use them effectively. And that's why FIFA 14 still stands tall in the memory of football fans everywhere. It wasn't perfect, but it was a balanced, fun, and atmospheric football game that captured the magic of the sport. From the soundtrack to career mode to a fairer ultimate team, FIFA 14 delivered an experience that was about football first and foremost, not grinding, not monetization, not gimmicks, just the joy of the game. What about you? Did you play FIFA 14 back in the day? And do you think it still holds up now? Drop your memories in the comments. I'd love to hear your favorite moments. This was Critical Hit Reviews, and until next time, play smart and play fair.